Good morning. Let's go ahead and get our meeting started. Welcome, everyone. Glad you are here. I would like to call our meeting to order. First of all, Pastor David, would you kindly open us up in prayer?
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we just come before you today and we thank you for the chance to have a gathering of the membership of this church and that we could come before you and just discuss the future of this church, what's happening, and Lord, I pray above all that we would be unified under your vision for Faith Covenant and Huber Ridge and Blendon Township and Westerville. And so, Lord, I pray for unity, I pray for clarity, and I pray for a willingness to discuss and talk and be on the same page with one another. And we ask that you bless our meeting and be glorified by all that is said. In your name, amen.
Thank you, Pastor David. Is Roy here? Have we seen Roy? Terry, would you mind acting as parliamentarian this morning? Thank you. Okay, so first of all, again, welcome everyone. For those of you online, you should have received an email with a link to a survey this morning, which will allow you to participate in the vote. As well as everyone here in the room, hopefully you received a ballot and a copy of the budget information. If you did not, again, for those online, if you did not receive that email from earlier, please email Isaac and he will get that link to you. The link will take you to the vote, to a survey that will allow you to vote on the budget as well as the council members, just like the paper ballots. We will call for a vote. Please, for those of you online, please wait until you hear a call for the votes for both votes before you hit done, as the ballot will close and you will not be able to get back in. So first things, once Tammy sits back down. Hopefully everybody received a copy of last year's minutes as well as the annual report. I did not hear any questions or anything, but I will open up to receive a motion to approve last year's minutes. I heard Terry second. I didn't hear. Oh, thank you, David. So it was David and Terry seconded. Any discussion from last year's? Any questions? All those in favor to approve last year's minutes, say aye. All opposed? Any opposed? Say nay. Last year's minutes have been approved. Thank you. Okay. I would like to give just a few minutes to Pastor David for reflection as we begin our meeting, and then we will jump into business. Pastor David.
This meeting, this morning's prayer, I just prayed for unity. And Psalm 133 says, "Behold how good and pleasant it is when brothers dwell in unity. It is like the precious oil on the head running down on the beard of Aaron running down on the collar of his robes. It is like the dew of Hermon, which falls in the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord has commanded the blessing, life forevermore." And I just wanted to start off this morning with that prayer, that psalm of not because it has beards, but because it has to do with brothers and sisters dwelling in unity. And I think one of the things that just over the last 15, 16 months that I've been here, just this desire for this church to have unity in its fellowship, in its body, unity in its vision and mission of being where we are. And one of the questions that's come up quite a bit in my own personal prayer time and in the prayer time with our staff and the talk with council is, why has God placed Faith Covenant here? Why is it in this specific location? I know it's been in this building for 25, 26 years, but why is it here today? And I think that question is something I've prayed a lot about, and I've talked to Pastor Harlan and Isaac and Kaylin and Tennille about and council about. And I think that we are very specifically placed here to be in Huber Ridge, to be in Blendon Township, to be in Westerville, to be a light in this area. I know there are a lot of other churches in Westerville. A lot of them are really good. Some of them, I don't know. But there's a lot of other good churches. And so why is Faith Covenant different, or what is our exact purpose? And I think just the real answer to that is that to be a gospel-centered presence and blessing to those around us. And how is that different than other churches? Some of the other churches have a similar vision. Many don't. But very specifically, to be gospel-centered in all we do first, to be unified in that as a church body, to be a presence and a light to those around us, to restore, even to this day, there are some neighbors of this church who look disparagingly on us, and to be a blessing upon those people as well. And so, very specifically, let's just double down on that vision and that mission to be a light in this area. I know there's a lot of other good ministries throughout Central Ohio and throughout the world even that we can go in on. But let's first and foremost be a blessing right here where God has called us to be. And so that's kind of what we've been praying for as a staff. And I brought that to council, and that's what I want to remind us of today, is that we are here, and we're here in this meeting to talk about unity and to be all on the same page so that we can fulfill that mission of being a blessing to those around us. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor David. So, on to the big discussions. So, as usual, we have two votes that we will be talking about today. One will be next year's budget, as well as additional council members. So first, I would like to welcome Charity and Rourke to present the current standings for Faith Covenant as of the end of March, and then we'll move directly into the 26-27 budget requests. I hope everyone picked up a copy of the budget standing, and then the pie chart is on the back that shows you the budget breakdown.
Only like a 1.5 foot difference there. Yes. Good morning, everyone. For those of you that are new members, I just kind of wanted to explain church budgets work differently than like real life budgets. Louder? Okay, is that better? Okay, thank you, Ruth. Church budgets work differently than regular budgets. So what we'll do is we'll kind of go over what our balance sheet was. I believe everybody should have gotten a copy as you came in. Basically, it just lists, as you can see, our current assets, and then our liabilities and the accounts that we have, and the net income that we have generated so far through the fiscal year. Does anybody have any questions about this?
4.9. We paid 1 point.
It looks like it's what we paid for the building way back when. Huh? That's what it is? And that included the land, didn't it?
Oh, that's right,
Okay.
the parsonage.
Okay. Good, thank you.
Glad I could help. Okay, you want to move on to the budget? Okay, so, if you have a copy of the book or brought a copy, I believe it's page 19. I don't know. Yes, sorry. So basically, what we try to do with budgeting is we have our ministry teams provide us their best estimate of what their projected costs are going to be for the upcoming year. And then we also review our I don't know, I guess what we call kind of our fixed costs from the last year, like our utilities and our maintenance and things like that, and try to estimate what that's going to cost in the upcoming year. And that gives us an ideal budget that we would like to have. You know, in a perfect world, it would be fine, and we would get enough money coming in to pay everything that's going out in the same month. So the proposed budget is basically our best guesstimate of what that's going to be. I will be honest, doing this for quite a few years now, it is a best guesstimate, and we are often wrong. So I just want to let everybody know that. Last year we had a very large, big number budget, and we came in with our expenses and estimates well under that. So, you know, some years it's great, some years it's not. I would like to point out too that we do have our money market account, which we have put monies aside for big costs that we know that are coming up. You know, maintenance to the properties, if we have to replace roofs or have, you know, emergency work done or something like that. It's, you know, we do have assets put aside for that. So hopefully not a lot of that stuff gets pushed into our estimated budget. So this year, I can't even see that. Okay, sorry. Okay, so this year, the estimated, again, our best guesstimate would be a total expense for the year of $451,342. And that would equate to $37,612 per month that we would hope to receive in offerings. Again, you know, that's the only things that we really have control over are the expenses of our ministry teams. Everything else, we are kind of at the mercy of what the costs are. You know, electric bills, gas bills, water bills, you know, we can't adjust that at all. So if anyone has any questions, I will be more than happy to try to help. Yes, Bob.
Projected to be for this year. I don't see any income numbers.
The income was, on the balance sheet, our projected income.
No, our total gross receipts.
Oh,
You said something about 37.
per
100.
month would be the next, yeah.
Well, what is it per year compared to this budget of $455,000?
Well, last year's budget was higher, it was at 500. However, like I said, we came in under that. I believe our estimate, when we annualized it out, give me 1 second.
I'm not concerned about the budget. What was our actual income?
Right, no, that's what I was thinking. I think we're estimating to come in around 386,000 And if we take what we've received so far and then annualize it out over 12 months.
So you're expecting to get $70,000 more than you took in this year?
I
Is
don't know
that-
that we're expecting to get anything. We're hoping that whatever we have, I mean, we have to put this in God's hands. It's not up to us. This is just the numbers that, again, we've guesstimated on based on our costs over the past year and with the estimates coming up for the next year. Ideally, this would be the budget that we would like to have. However, we know that that's not always the case. Again, like I said, last year the budget was $500,000 and we're coming in at $386,000. That's very, very well under what we had requested or what we thought we needed, and we've done fine. You know, our expenses were less than what we thought they would be. Again, it's not perfect, and I know that ideally it would be nice if we could take what we were getting this year and be able to disperse that through the next year. But costs go up, things that are out of our control go up, and we can't control that. So again, it is the best guesstimate. We again would, you know, like I said, we put it in God's hands. It's all His anyhow. Whatever He wants us to have is what we're going to get, and that's what we're going to work with, whatever we receive. This would just be the number to cover all the requests that we've had from our ministry teams and the estimated costs for everything coming up in the next year.
Could I ask, so if you don't take in $455,000, where will you get the money?
That I don't know.
We've had special
We have.
expenses. I have never seen this church not fulfill what we've needed. So you have a special fundraising. That's what you do. But it's so encouraging that last year we were so under budget. I mean, I think we are very frugal spenders.
The other thing too is that we do have our money market account, which has over $160,000 in it. Again, we have tried to reserve that for emergency use, but we do have that available to us if it's needed.
I have already voted for the budget because I trust our leadership, and of course I trust God for that. However, I would like to suggest that there really isn't enough context in what has been presented for me to actually feel comfortable. And what I know we've had a change in our software, but what I would really like to go back to is to see both the income and the expenditure and to be able to compare it with last year and see what the percentage of either increase or decrease is on a little more granular level. So I'm not opposed to it. I know everyone is trusting God and doing what they think is best, and I will agree to it. But just as a request, it would be a very good thing for us, since we're asked to vote on it, to be able to have a little bit better context.
I understand. I do think that that's something we will be able to provide, and probably as we used to do on an ongoing monthly basis, to be able to put that in the newsletter to let everyone know.
We've tried to work with the new system, but it's not bringing out the right reports that we want that match our old reports. So we started doing it by hand the past 3 months or something. And we started putting it in the newsletter. So, but we're trying to go back to the old way. But we were hoping the new system could do it for us.
just so everyone knows, they do offer classes on the system, and I am taking one. And we have Stephanie, who's very helpful. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. Our system is very analytics driven. The capabilities are there. So I think we need to, and the company is very helpful. So I think we need to present to them what we need, and they will help us build it.
Yes, so this is very helpful for us as well, to be able to try to understand the information that everybody would like to see going forward. And I will do my best to work with them to get that information. Again, we want to go back to having it on a monthly basis, you know, the transparency, so everybody can see this is what we received in offerings, and this is what our expenses were, and from month to month, and maybe even try to have a rolling number throughout the year, if we're above or below where we need to be, so everybody's aware. Are there any other questions? Okay.
Just a comment. I think that money market account is good safety for unexpected expenses. I'm very comfortable with the budget and the manner in which you've developed it.
Thank you, Ralph. Any other questions?
Just to be clear that everyone's on the same page, our giving last year, what we brought in, one of Bob's questions was about 386, I think, is our projected giving. And the amount spent was still under that. So we haven't gone into taking out of our accounts to cover things. So our budget was, we were frugal with what we did. So we were under our giving. And I just wanted to make sure everyone heard that.
All right, so before we request for a motion, are there any other questions? Yes, Ruth. Hang on, he's bringing you the microphone.
I would just like to suggest that we pass the budget. Okay.
Well, there you have it, Ruth said.
Made a motion, right?
Okay, so we have a motion from Ruth to pass the budget.
There you go, Ruth.
Ralph second.
Ralph second.
Can you please come up here and explain that?
So we have a motion, and we've got it seconded. You've got the paper ballots, so go ahead and mark your ballots accordingly for the budget. Online, remember you want to mark your ballot for the budget, but do not hit done or submit yet because we've got the council coming up. Yes. Thank you. We will then collect those ballots when we get through with the council, and we'll get those quickly tallied. So next, while you guys are working through that, the next thing I want to talk about is council. And it's our recommendation. So first of all, to begin with, Christian and I have completed our time of service on council. We do appreciate your support and prayers during this time. Thank you. Christian, for your service as well. For this year, for 26-27, the individuals that are being nominated, we have Andy and Tammy up for their second 2-year term. And then adding to council to begin a 2-year term, Tim Pryor will be coming in as chair. He actually joined us a little earlier, but he's coming in as chair. We have Sandy Hensel coming in as a general member for our first 2-year term, and Patty Tomaszewski, I'm going to get you guys' last name right sooner or later, Shusky, as general member for her first 2-year term. So again, you've got your ballots in front of you. Those online should have the survey. Please go ahead and mark your ballots. And then if the ushers will get ready to collect those ballots when we're done. It is Sandy Hensel. Oh, sorry, yes, it should be, Andy, you didn't get my updated slides. It should be Sandy Hensel. Hopefully the ballots I got right. Okay. Yes. We have a question.
How are the new council members chosen?
The two, you mean Sandy and Patty?
Patty, yes.
Yes, we had the nomination forms before Easter, and everybody came in and they were we went down, started at the top and went who had the most nominations, and then reached out to those individuals, and these were the first 2 who accepted. Any other comments, questions about the voting process? Any other ballots?
I didn't see it.
Okay, for those of you online, feel free to finish your ballots and hit submit or done, and those will be calculated as well in the count. As that is going on, I would like to take a moment to recognize Dave Tomaszewski. I do not know why I have such a hard time with that name. Anyway, Dave, to come up and talk a little bit about the facilities ministry that he took over and has just been going like gangbusters. He and as well as several other men in the group. First of all, I'd like to give a huge round of applause and thank you for all their work that they have done in getting things ready, especially the parsonage, so that Kaylin and Justin could move in.
Thank you. Well, as you know, the properties and facilities ministry that we have includes this building, includes the parsonage, and includes the youth house. Those are our buildings. And then we also include all the grounds, driveways, parking lots, everything. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and we do have a facility that is now in our hands over 25 years. And it's probably existed longer than that. I can't remember the date that church was built, but it's showing its age. So we have a bunch of old guys that come typically, we try to come either once a week or every couple weeks, and we have a list of to-dos to do, and we get together and spend a couple hours and find things to fix. And unfortunately, there is a lot of things to fix. And if we look back just over the past year, you've seen new thermostats in the building that's controlling our heat and air conditioning much better than the old ones. you see a parsonage that is cleaned up, that we also put a new dishwasher in, fixed walls that had holes in it, fixed a dryer that wasn't working. Tom's laughing because we had to clean out a dryer vent that was clogged full of stuff. We won't go into what stuff, but it was pretty bad. Not Kaylin's stuff. Then we've soundproofed a room. The prayer room now has a soundproof wall, so you can't really hear the ladies' room as much as you did before. We installed that monitor you see in the back. We were able to lift that up. And the only reason we could get up there is we had scaffolding. We bought, with the tech group, we bought scaffolding. So now we have scaffolding that goes up 3 levels, can reach the top of the ceiling, and can reach the top of the Christmas tree pretty much. Just Tom and I have to hold on to each other when we're on the 3rd level so we don't fall. There's a lot of things that we've been working on. We do the Christmas lights every year. We added a gate in the fence around the shed so we can get back to the air conditioning system. We had a leak in the youth house. It was just going crazy and drove us nuts trying to find it. But we got it done. So those are the things that we try to do. And then periodically people tell us, hey, this isn't working, that isn't working. And those things are added to the list so that we can get them done. But the best thing is that we have a dedicated group of about 10 to 12 guys. Not everybody can come every week, but it's really helpful that they come and they are willing to put their time and effort into it to get things done. And I'm blessed to have those guys with me. You are blessed because they are committed to getting things done. And so that's been great. So that's what we've done. Well, guess what? We got an email on Thursday from our insurance company. They apparently came out with a drone and took pictures of our roof on the church. And guess what? We have to replace the church roof here within the next year. So that's one of the things that they brought up. They said that if we don't do that in the next year, we're going to have to look at our insurance policy in a different manner. So that $163,000 that we have saved up, unfortunately, I think we're going to use some of that. We're going to use it to replace the roof here. We're also going to have to look at the parsonage roof at the same time. We know that's pretty close to being ready. So we're going to try to bundle those 2 things together and see what we can get out of it, the best deal we can. I'm looking for anybody that wants to recommend a roofer. I haven't used one recently, but if you have one you want to recommend and he's got commercial experience, let us know. And I plan to bring in at least 2 or 3 people to take a look at it and give us bids in what we want to do. We might also look at the carport area. That roof is a rubber roof. It's horrible. It freezes up every winter. There was 4 of us up on that roof chipping 3-inch or 4-inch thick ice on there after that big snowstorm. So we might want to try to figure out a better way to have that roof redone if we can. So we'll look at all those things, but that's the really big expenditures that I think we have coming up. The only other one is the fire alarm system is ancient. All the fire alarms work fine, but they're telling us that if we want to move into the 21st century, we probably should. It would just make it safer for all of us if we had that. So that might be another expenditure we look at. And then the biggest, not the biggest, one of the other ones we want to do, and we're going to need a lot of people on this one, is organize the shed. You know, you build a shed to cover everything, and guess what? It's full. It's full to the brim. We can't get anything else in that shed. So we need to take a look at what's in there and decide either keep it, throw it, or reorganize it. So that's another big thing. So that's kind of our update for properties. Anybody that would like to be working with the properties group, let me know. And any questions?
Yes. How would you like us to submit requests? Do you want us to submit it to Neil or just walk up to you and say, hey, Dave?
Well, the best thing would be to text me or email me, because if you walk up and tell me, by the time I get 10 minutes away, it's gone. So yeah, text me or email me. That'd be fine.
Okay.
Well, thank you for your time, and look forward to continue to improve things around here. So thanks.
Thank you, Dave, and your team for all the great work that you guys have done. And as we talked about with the budget, if things do come up and as council is reviewing proposals and things like that, if need be, we potentially could do a capital fundraising for certain events. But so far, we've been blessed and have not had to do that. So that is good. Okay, the ballots are in, the budget has been approved, and the council's members have been approved. So welcome aboard, Sandy and Patty. Andy, for your next term, and Tammy as yours. So thank you all. Look at that. So thank you for your attendance, your thoughtful discussions, your questions, your challenges this morning. We do appreciate that. We do appreciate you holding us accountable, us meaning the leadership accountable for what you have voted us in to do. I also want to express my appreciation for your continued prayers and support for our church and council. The team has been a great team to work with. Everybody is committed to serve God faithfully in their role and consider it a privilege to serve at Faith Covenant. So something else I want to bring to your attention and get your mind going. Believe it or not, March 2027 will mark the 50th anniversary of our church. I think God deserves a round of applause and all the glory. And if you read what we have out on the website, Faith Covenant Church was chartered on March 27th, 1977 by 29 individuals who first gathered in the basement of a Huntington bank on the north side of Columbus. So, to celebrate, the events team has already begun discussions in preparation for our anniversary celebration and festivities, and we have a few requests. If you have any historical information or artifacts, please let us know. We would like to compile and share a visual history of our church throughout the years. So if you have any information. If you're interested in assisting with planning or have ideas on what we should do for the celebration, please reach out to Brenda Helms or myself, and we will love to discuss that with you. One thought we had is we would like to reconnect with former members and friends who have been a part of our church community over the years, and we welcome your help in identifying and reaching out to them. So if you've got emails, physical mailing addresses, let us know. The one thought we have is we really kind of wanted, this is 50. This is the what do we say, the golden anniversary. So we want to do something really kind of formal. And so as soon as we have some names we'd like, and we have a date, that's the big thing. We're going to start talking about an exact date because unfortunately the 27th is Easter weekend. And I don't know that we want to do it on Easter. So we'll do it sometime in March. But as soon as we have that date, we want to literally send out save the date formal invitations to not only our own attendees and members, but those former friends and members as well. And then as we get more details, we'll send out formal invitations with RSVPs and those types of things. So big doings next year, big doings. I think we should give all of ourselves a round of applause for being around for 50 years. And I know, Stephanie, there are some of you who have been here since then. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Any comments or questions at this point? Oh, hold on, get the mic.
Come on, Brenda.
Just make sure that your current address and emails in Alexio are correct. If you've moved, it needs to be changed.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, because that will be our source for those for that information, as well as any other additional names, addresses, emails that you provide us of those we might want to invite to come in. Okay. Again, thank you for attending this morning. Do I have first of all, have I missed anything? Don't think I've missed anything. I'm looking at my council members. I haven't missed anything. Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn our meeting today? Brenda motioned. Helms. Second? Billy. All in those in favor say amen. Thank you and have a blessed day.
Now I can stop all this